Good morning. Today I would like to talk about the Canvas NFT store. We're going to call it a store rather than a marketplace because it's for primary sales rather than for reselling NFTs from a variety of sources. Anybody who heard me talk yesterday will have heard about Kipasa and Peppermint, the indexer we made and the NFT minter. And this is a product that we have built on top of both of these to make it as easy as possible for organizations to mint NFTs and as easy as possible for normal consumers to buy them. So the history of this is that we spent a lot of time trying to work with third parties to integrate Tezos NFTs, and we found a reluctance to work with Tezos, and then when they did have a marketplace, it was the least blockchainy thing that you can imagine. So normally the consumer would log into the marketplace with their username and password. They would buy an NFT, which would be stored on their behalf by the marketplace. They would potentially have their own key, which they could never access. And if they wanted to export the NFT from the marketplace, not only was it incredibly difficult, but they would lose various loyalty benefits in so doing. And obviously, our goal is to educate consumers and to make them into grown-up blockchain users, and keeping them in a walled garden and preventing them from accessing their key and preventing them from taking their NFT out of the marketplace is anything but the kind of experience that we wanted. So we set out to build an exemplary NFT marketplace which would drive consumers in the direction that we wanted them to go in, but to make it extremely easy for them to get started so that they can log in, for example, using Kukai with their social media login. Our goal was always to be fiat first. We didn't want people to have to go through a KYC process in order to buy an NFT. We wanted them to be able to pay with a credit card in the way that they would expect in a normal store. We wanted to make sure that they would have a really familiar retail experience, similar to Amazon or any other shopping site, with a cart, with a checkout, no scary crypto stuff, until at the end they end up a proper crypto user because they have their own wallet and they have an NFT in it. And as a matter of policy, we try to always give people enough Tez to do something meaningful with their NFTs so that they're actually able to resell it or transfer it or to do something. So this is the Canvas NFT marketplace. This is a younger and more handsome me. We tried to make everything just incredibly generic and incredibly familiar to consumers. So we have categories, we have baskets, we have everything you would expect. And you can pay with credit card. And everything looks exactly as our parents would expect a retail experience to be. We license this under the MIT license, and the whole thing is open source. So anybody can pick it up and take it. So there's broadly two classes of people that are using it at the moment. There are the people that we're partnering with, which I'm going to show you just a couple of them in a moment. And there are other people who've just picked up the Canvas product and are using it and just referencing us when they need some technical support or when they want to request a feature or report an issue. So just to demonstrate the checkout process. So behind the scenes, Peppermint, our minter, is directly calling the blockchain. So none of this purchase process is happening through smart contracts. It's happening from a server which just processes everything in it off of the blockchain and then calls the contract directly to mint the NFT. And in this way, we're able to give people NFTs without them having to have any crypto, and we can have this push model where we do everything outside of the blockchain, and then we push onto the blockchain their Tez and their NFT, and you can see in my profile, which is here, that I have quite a collection. This one I think I have several copies of. While the NFT is being transferred onto the chain, we put a little pending flag up to tell the consumer that it's not written yet, and then we remove the pending flag when it's in. So this is half of the Canvas product, and this is meant to be a really thin layer on top of the API server, the backend, so that if you want to integrate this with your mobile app, if you want to integrate it with your existing website, you can just call the API. We anticipated that more people would be doing this, and so we built this front end as mostly a demo. But one thing that we've learned during the process of development is that actually nobody wants to build a website. They just want to take an existing one and reskin it. So ultimately, we have ended up building a new and maybe more beautiful front end. So this site should be going live in the next several days. This is a collection of AI NFT generated NFTs based on flowers. And so this is the same Canvas product, the same backend, just a different skin. And yeah, as you see, everything is intended to be super familiar, to be super approachable for maybe not so sophisticated consumers. So that's so much for the front end of Canvas, so much for the consumer part. What we also made was a configurable engine for creating your own NFTs. So the idea was that an organization might have freelancers who create NFTs. They might have moderators who check that they're not obscene or that they fit the corporate values. They might have commercial people who decide on an edition size and a price. They may have editors who release things for publication. So we built a configurable engine which can accommodate any number of stages, different scenarios, like requiring 2 positive votes to publish. And I'm just going to demonstrate to you us creating an NFT, putting it into the store, and then buying it. So obviously, we're going to make an NFT from our TezDev. We're going to call it Lovely TezDev NFT. And we're going to save it. So I can do every process in this mint. The idea is that this thing's now ready for commercials, and the commercial person comes along and says, well, the price will be 1,000, and it will be an edition side of 1,000. We want to propose it for publication, and we're going to say that it is sculpture. I think that's clear to everyone. We're going to put it on sale from 2 minutes' time, and we're going to sell it until, I don't know, 2nd of August. At this stage, I can move across to the next stage where I propose that we publish it. Now I'm ready to publish it, so I'm going to say, yep, we're ready to publish. And now it pauses a little longer to tell us that it's actually pushing to the front end. And now we can go back to our store. And we should be able to see our lovely new NFT. So it's not ready yet because it has 2 minutes. We have deliberately left this very beautiful bug, which gets the time wrong, but in 34 seconds, we will be able to buy this NFT. So at this stage, the NFT, the data is on IPFS, the metadata exists, but the NFT is not on the blockchain. We will mint it when we sell it. If it's an edition of one, then obviously there's one mint. Otherwise, we mint however many. We will mint 1,000 now, and we will just keep them in the hands of the store until they're ready to be transferred to a consumer. Yay, okay, so life is good. We can buy our new NFT when, as you would expect, we add it to the cart, we go to the checkout, we validate our cart, we put in our number again. Oh. We pay. Okay. And now we can see that the NFT is now pending. It's being written to the blockchain. When it's written to the blockchain, we will be able to see it. If I can remember what I'm logged in as, we may be able to see it in my Kukai wallet. Yeah, here we go. This is my unknown token, which I've received just now. Here we can see it's listed under unknown tokens because we haven't got the data from IPFS yet. But that was like the full life cycle of creating an NFT, causing it to be published, purchasing it, and delivering it to a wallet. Yeah, so in summary, we really hope that people are going to use our NFT store either for the authoring side, just to make NFTs if you need to make them, or for the sales side. There's no need to use the two components of Canvas together, although, of course, they're designed to work together. Our goal was to provide a easy-to-integrate solution that would try to drive best practices as we see them on NFT sales, and for educating consumers and making them into sophisticated blockchain users. So yeah, if it's helpful to anyone, please pick it up. And if you need features or you need support with it, please get in touch with us. Any questions? Yeah.
From whom? Sorry, from whom Stripe is buying the Tezos?
From whose what? Sorry.
From whom Stripe is buying Tezos? Like which crypto provider do you have?
Well, this is the picture. We don't need a crypto provider. Well, we have Tez, but the consumer does not need a crypto provider because all of this stuff happens like using their credit card.
I mean, like if I'm going to create it for my own,
yeah,
I need to like connect some from where I got the Tezos actually.
I see. I got mine from Bittrex when I bought them, but I think we're on.
No. I mean the application. So like you.
Where do you find it?
Yeah. What's the flow of the payment? Stripe goes to some provider that sells XTZ?
No. So what we mint the NFT from a Taquito application, and we just call the mint function in the token contract directly. So the consumer doesn't need to have any Tez except at the end where we provide them a small quantity just so that they come from us. So this is like this is another Web 2, Web 3 app, you know. This is like a traditional store, but the fulfillment layer happens to be delivering NFTs on the blockchain.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I can ask after the meeting. I still didn't get some few things. And another one, I'm going to plan to integrate some how to say generic cards, generic cards or something. Mm-hmm. Because right now you just show super simple use case where you can drop the. Yeah. So again, on the back end is totally configurable at the moment. We've optimized it for being able to do demos extremely rapidly. If you wanted to have different content types, all of this, you can just do it very simply.
So yeah, it's a framework for building like workflow systems as much as anything else.
Cool, cool, great. Thank you very much.
So is the NFT priced by fiat currency or okay?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also Tez, of course. We're from Tezos, and we permit people to pay in Tez, but we're fiat first, essentially.
So if it's transferred, it's not like other NFT that has the price volatility.
No, absolutely not. So it's for people who are more comfortable with a fiat currency, who don't want some crypto exposure. This is a really good way for them to acquire NFTs.
This stable NFT, this is.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it's an open source project, so if people want it, they can build it. At the moment, this stuff does not exist, but we knew that we would have to support a lot of different payment systems because people have existing relationships. So at the moment we support Stripe, Wert, and Tezos payments. If someone wants something else, then of course we can implement it.
I recently got approached by a contemporary art gallery in Munich. They are looking for exactly something like that. Can I put you in touch with them?
Please do, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for this flawless demo. I was wondering, every NFT that you mint through your interface, they are going on the same smart contract?
Yeah, at the moment they are. Again, at some point I assume that we will grow beyond that and we will implement them being in separate contracts. It makes sense.
Yeah, and how do they appear on secondary marketplaces then? Are they all in the same collection, or does it depend, I guess, on the marketplace?
Yeah, I mean, again, we haven't really got that far yet. It seems natural that they would probably be within one collection anyway, because I think the use case, that fits the use case of it being for sort of one entity, but we could be more flexible if we had to.
Yeah, okay, great, thank you.
I just, like, for example, if you buy one of the NFT on the website, and then probably you send it on the wrong wallet, would you have a way to figure out how to get it out?
Because if you send it to the wrong wallet?
Yeah, because obviously you buy it from a normal card provider, financial institution, like Visa or whatever. But when you send it through the blockchain, are you able to manage whatever the move you would like to make?
Yeah, well, I mean, when it's written to the blockchain, it's there and it's permanent. But we make so we have this login, and you can log in with Zero Social. So at this stage, I think we've pretty much demonstrated that the consumer has access to the wallet. By forcing them to authenticate, we should avoid this outcome where this happens.
Cool. Right. And just to add one more question, how can anyone using the platform customize the metadata of the NFTs?
Yeah, at the moment, the capability for it lives in the back end. We haven't done a ton with it because at the moment, all the metadata's been set at the time of NFT creation. But if it's required to have custom metadata, we just put an editing step in.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for John and Canvas.